Hello and welcome to the AFC Champions League Two. It's the knockout stage. It's the first leg of the semi-final between Al-Taawoun and Sharjah from the Wolves Park Stadium here. A little burbling atmosphere, 29 degrees, a fairly warm night here as these two sides will look to set the tone for the second leg. The home side have had quite a good run through, just the one defeat so far, coming in the Group B stage where they lost at home by 2-1 against Al-Taawoun. But they obviously reversed that trend later on. They went through their group pretty easily with 5 victories in the 6 group matches. But they have changed their head coach just after the start and into the last 16, where Rodolfo Barena was removed from his post, or left his post, but Mohamed Al-Abdali to take over. Both of these sides looking to taste Asian Trophy victory for the first time. That'll be pretty much. They did meet some years ago in the 2020 Champions League group stage, with Al-Taawoun winning the first match 1-0 but losing 6-0 in the reverse fixture. So that is a pretty ominous little line to be drawn in the sand. But the side from Saudi Arabia are, however, unbeaten in the last 4 Champions League 2 home matches. Although the last 2 were indeed draws, but with the first ever title almost within touching distance, Al-Taawoun will certainly be looking to come out of the blocks very, very fast this evening. Sharjah themselves, they also are in a situation where they are looking to lift their first Asian trophy. And they were given the week off by the United Arab Emirates Pro League, so they've been well rested. They still have a chance of claiming the domestic title, but it's remote, I would say. So the AFC Champions League Two, possibly, should they get away with a non-deficit or even a victory in this first leg, maybe their best chance of getting some silverware this season. The two sides are being welcomed onto the field of play. Tiny little stadium, just under 6,000. Cramming the Wolves Park Stadium. But the football is all that matters. Semi-finals. Although the game cannot be won or lost in the first leg, damage can be done. And you never want to lose a semi-final. Take it from me, you don't want to lose in a semi-final. People will tell you don't want to lose in a final, but nobody really remembers the losing semi-finalists. The freedom of the warm-up, and now it's about being fully focused. Look across the Sharjah side through the officials, just glance in the background at the pitch, which looks immaculate. Ask yourself the question, who bears the bigger pressure in this first tie? Is it on the shoulders of the home side, or is it on the shoulders of the away side? Well, that young man certainly All smiles. Martinez. Well, let's have a little look as they go through their preliminaries. The home side making one change. It could be a little change in formation as well. Coming in, Faisal Faj is coming into the side in place of Al-Mufarish, which could mean a shake-up at the back. Whether they go to a 3 or a 4 is really debatable. But Martinez is the man tasked with scoring the goals. To coach's embrace. Al-Taawoun, past Tractor in the quarter-finals, and Al-Wakra in the last 16. Currently 4th in their table. The officials today, all from the People's Republic of China. The referee today and his assistants. Fu Ming is the referee. Cao Ji and Ma Ji are the assistants on the sideline. 4th official is Du Jianxin, and Shen Yihao is on VAR. Sharjah have made a few changes to their their quarter-final victory last time. They've made 3. Adgo Kamra, Adol Tarat, and Petrovic. In come Biro, Benlabi and Pereira. Again, we think it's going to be a 4-2-3-1 for the side from the UAE. Kind words, inspirational words, and now it's all about football. Choke. It's football time now. First touch for everybody will be absolutely pivotal. Let's see up. Hope and expectation. Fu Ming, our referee, the man who controls the emotions. Game on. And we're off and running. That ball already down the far side of the defence. Excellent work ultimately by Rivas on the far side, just seeing the ball out of play against Biro. Rivas maybe a little hands-on there, but early on in proceedings. Brazilian under 23, Guillaume. Atia. Martinez the target. It's a big playing surface here today as well. Bit of space already on the field of play picking up. It's flicked off in the middle of the park by Majed. Shaheen. Who settles first is always incredibly interesting. And who's shown signs of anxiety, and it will be there. Everybody getting a touch of the ball, certainly in the back four at the moment. Cho, Korean player, just clipping it forward. Lovely turn by Barrow. Back out on this near side. Ball lifted in there by Kuwaitbi. Oh, I say! Al-Husseini beaten by an absolute cracking shot from Sabiri. And Sharjah start asking questions. And quite honestly, there will be questions to ask here. It's a poor ball out by Cho. Ball played in, and Sabiri, well, drives it into the turf. And that bounce beats Hosseini away to his right-hand side. Not too short. But Sharjah were ready for Sabiri's strike. Well, they gave the ball away in a rather auspicious area, and they pay the price. And for the neutrals out there, that really does open up the game. The home side, a goal to the good. Plan B, which has been etched on their faces, but it's a drop ball again. First time shot, that would be something. Wow. Al-Kuwaitbi there with the shot, just swept it goalwards. And again, a loose touch by the Sharjah defence. Played in, Majed lets it run across his body. And look how quick this is pounced upon. And it's not a million miles away. Nice to the Sharjah fans will say to the commentator. It missed, full stop. Well, they're showing signs of anxiety, I would say, at the moment, Sharjah, but now's a chance for them to build and give something back. Biro. Options on this near side in the shape of Meloni. Meloni puts it back on his right. Looks like a right-footed player playing at left back. Cho. Little layoff will pick up Majed. Majed looks as though he's going to be the American-style quarterback here for Sharjah. In the context of the game, it will be interesting to see how much belief Al-Taawoun have. So, nice ball, finds a nice pocket there. This time, Ben Labi, Biro, last side, the overlapping. Khaled crosses the ball in. Not the greatest one, but it's going to be made into something. Pereira tries to go through. Dogged defending. Maloney will have options, and the options are there. Shaheen, a little layoff, and again, as I said, it's Majed that is just going to sit in front of the back four almost and do his best to protect his back four. Rashid comes to help out. Pereira. This ball just turned inside. He's got 4 goals in this qualifying tournament so far. He's up front wearing the 7. Well, these are good times for Sharjah at the moment, and I don't mean in times of, or in terms of the goal-scoring charts, which is 1-0 to Al-Taawoun, but simply to get their foot on the ball, because they were showing, and we are only into the 6th minute. Signs of nervousness on the football, and the longer they have it at the end of their white stockinged feet, the better they'll feel. Maloney. Chow with the little flick. Maloney again. Chow, centre forward, playing down the flank here. They want to see him more central, but obviously, as Rashid now plays it. Chow with a crossfield ball. Nice run far side as well by Khalid this time, but it's cut out, and now the break's on with Barrow. Barrow's driving forward, backing off. Not too sure that was the right decision there. Almost looked like he was trying to flick a ball with the outside of the right boot instead of maybe pulling a string or reversing it out to his left-hand side. Easy from up here, though. Rashid, bit of time and space. Maloney seeing a lot of the ball on this near side. Majid, Rashid, Pereira, trying to speed things up. And in the end, it was a little nice bit of work there by Mad Dioui, and a tear there. Just by his very appearance, looks like a bit of a character between the sticks for Al-Taawoun. Zari back to Girotto. The space now, this time for Saad. Nice run, nicely picked out there. It's a lovely little run there by Mazzari. And now a chance for Al-Kuwaiti to put it back. Great cross in. Terrific run there, again from the back by Mazzari. And indeed the fans will like that, because that's commitment from the back. Cosman Al-Arui getting himself settled. First set piece, a bit like the first service match in tennis. Barrow with the shot. Well, he came in on that. Biro let him get in front. And I have to say, he hodled that really well. Biro's well asleep there. The young Brazilian under 23 lets his man run away. Mohamed Al-Abdali, he'll be happy with the start for Al-Taawoun. Fash with the corner, Sabiri being guarded, as you can see. About cornering again, and it's a free header towards the back. Girotto puts it up and over the crossbar. I'm just the commentator in this game. I have absolutely no emotional tie, whether you're an Al-Taawoun fan or a Sharjah fan. And I'm going to tell you what I see, and I see aside from the UAE that are a little bit nervous. Just seem to be a little worried every time the ball is somewhere near their final third, and indeed set pieces in. That may all change as the ball goes over the top. Little lofted, quick run, but just looking at the body language, that's all I can commentate on. And it just seems to be a real concern at the moment, having made a couple of early mistakes which has unsettled them. Girotto. Ball back in play. Al-Taawoun, they'll also have a sense of perspective on this game with a goal up very early on by Sabiri. of knowing that one more could make a big dent in the mental aspect of Sharjah. The ball around quite nicely here, a little bit of keep ball, always nice to see. Madhoui just plays it forward and it's been dispossessed. Referee has blown the whistle. It seemed to Sabiri is the man that was down. Yeah, it's a little bit of a clip on the heels, which I understandably, but it took a little while for the whistle to come and the decision. But Girotto, booming crossfield ball, will be looking for Saad. Saad rolls the ball back. Barrow. Really stretching the width of the pitch. That's a decent ball. Kept in on this near side, and again it's the forward-thinking Mazzari. Maloney with the challenge, does really well. Chow, well, he's threaded the eye of the needle with a late ball back. So gets one for his troubles. Girotto gets the first card. Girotto. Not a clever challenge, in fairness. I would have a little hazard of a guess there that that was just a little welcome to the game there for Chow on the halfway line. Firstman Al-Taawoun is just trying to calm his troops down. Again, the ball inside there. There was a little, not a reluctance, but a hesitancy on the accuracy of the pass. Barrow's got a chance here. Now the break on this near side. Al-Taawoun tries to take on his man. Maloney's very good there, gets his body across it. But again, they're taking chances with balls across the face of their goal as they clear. Biro can't keep it in play. Rivas to Saad. Girotto. Again, Al-Taawoun loses out. Tied it up nicely. Rashid Majed. Shaheen. Lifting the ball near side, and as you can see, the options for anybody to come and take it. If it's not delivered precisely when it's aerial, it's fairly evident there, just plucked off in mid-air. Madhoui. Saad in field. There's space here for Sabiri, the goal scorer. Driven ball picked out nicely. Al-Taawoun overlapped by Mazzari. Pulls it back, and it's again a very tentative clearance. Chance to be loaded in again. Fash drills the cross in, and Biro will take it away. Little respite here for Sharjah if they play it right. Chow on the run. He's got a bit of space here. Girotto's got to come across at some point, surely. Chow made all his own work. Girotto blocks in the end, but there was just a moment there for Andre Girotto. See him here, he just runs away from the man on the ball. He just backs up and allows Chow to come in. But in the end, he gets enough on it for the first Sharjah corner. But a man with the potency of Chow up front, I would have to say, is not to be left alone. Ben Labi. the first person to whip this in with any real purpose, you fancy. Not the greatest one away, but it could be helped out by Maloney. Then Larby again. Maloney, can he find a little cross in? Well, it's not a bad ball in fairness. It was driven in. Could have gone anywhere with a slight touch, but it has been cleared. Maloney again, though. Maloney again. This time he's looked for the expansive crossfield ball, but again, as I say, put distance on it, a little bit of lofted aerial ball. Makes it easy for somebody like Saad just to head the ball away. Nice feed there by Biro, who's alternated side. Maloney, Majed, Pereira. Biro with a little bit of time and space. Sharjah are now just trying to build a little bit of momentum, but the crossfield ball gave an opportunity for Al-Taawoun to clear. Cross goes in, Barrow with the block. Biro. Maloney. A chance for Majed to go for the crossfield ball. Khaled. Bit of space here. Just working it around nicely here. Maloney, the only option. The left back does insist on going back to his right foot. Rashid, Shaheen, so the ball, then Larby, getting the ball. Shaheen tidies up. Time and space here for Majid. Cho. Captain Shaheen trying to prompt things up. Good spin there by Ben Larby. Real options outside of him here. Can they get a cross in? Lovely pullback. And that's not a bad effort by Biro. He's sliding in, he's slipping at the same time. And Atia will be very happy that Biro is falling as he shoots, really. Because I think if he gets half a chance to retain on his feet, Atia's got a job to do. The more you see of the slip-sliding away moment there for Biro, he got it goal, which was testament to his ability. Taawoun now. Let's ball forward. That's really that brought it down nicely, but ends up just turning Majid, who's fairness got as close as he could to the ball. Just a shame, really, that Sabir's leg was in the way. Always an option on this near side. I'll quite be. Oh, that's a poor ball again. Cho, Sabiri, Barrow managed to get it forward. In the end, Martinez got the cross in and the deflection, but Cho has had an opening 21 minutes where, to my knowledge, commentating on the game, that he's lost the ball in awkward places where passes that haven't found their intended target. I think Mr. Martinez is quite right to turn around and say, why is it not a corner? Well, Pereira's gone down here, holding his face. Fuming is very quickly on the side. Hazari. Yeah, there's a glancing of the palm across the mid-face protuberance. The news of Pereira. The break in play just to reflect back to there's been an opening 22 minutes of which Sharjah have made some of their own problems at the back. And that man in your picture, Cho, the centre half. These two, maybe 3 times out of defence, the centre half has misplaced his passes, which had allowed Al-Taawoun to go forward. One led ultimately to Sabiri's driven strike into the turf some 19 yards out that came up off the turf and over the outstretched right hand of Al Husseini inside the goal of Sharjah just after 2 minutes, which is what separates the two sides. So it's in there for Ben Lavi to get it into Kayo. Still off the field of play. Ben Lavi to Maloney. Maloney with a deep ball across the face of the penalty area. It was going to be difficult for Shaheen. Colourful scene. Really is. The sugar of Al Qasim, or the Al Diab, the Wolves. That's the nicknames of Al-Taawoun in the Wolves Park Stadium. Up against the Kings, Al Malik. Sia with the ball forward. Good header in by Saad, knocked long very quickly by Majid. Atia upholding for me the goalkeeping videos of being a little bit John Burridge and Rennie Hickey. So please by all means have a little search back in the cultural references for goalkeepers that are maybe not out of the same mould as everybody else. Al Husseini is out very quickly, so here's the danger. They are a different breed, goalkeepers. Martinez and Cho getting to know each other. Hazari. So there he gets it to Whitebeat. But it's Kayo that gives the ball away. And, both sides guilty of not wishing to remain in constant control of the football. Go forward, looking for Kayo. Kayo sees the ball headed away by Rivas. Just settling down now into the close game we felt it would be. As I say, both these sides in the semi-finals and close to winning some silverware in Asia for the first time. Lovely feed by Sabiri until I mentioned it and he lost it. And now Martinez, Barrow. Options only really to his left. Such a nice pass to El Madoui. only constant that I will say that I've seen in this opening 27 minutes, lovely flick there again by Whitebeat, is the control of the football by Sharjah in their final third, and that could be a telling difference. Pereira, nice little turn around the corner. KO. Pereira with a crossfield ball. Fullback had acres of space, but just slightly overhit. Not a bad idea. Al-Taawoun caught coming over to the right-hand side for them. More space for the right back, Khaled there. A bit degree of bravery required from both sides with the current scoreline. Knocked away this time by Saad. I'll say about bravery, you're a goal up in the first leg of the semi-final at home. The away leg to come. Step cruncher there for you. Do you go chase on a second? Do you go looking for a third? Do you keep attacking, or do you think, hang on, we'll sit back, take our time, wait for opportunities to present themselves, because the away side have got to come at us? KO goes up and beaten to the ball. Skill there by Majid, but couldn't find his right full partner. Shaheen tied us up again. Khaled far side. Decent ball in again. Tia saw it, measured it, caught it. Tirotto. Tia. Barrow. Nice chest. Martinez. Whitebeat. Two for company. Mazzari, Barrow, Fash, Madoui, Saad, inside again. Just feel there's a little bit more purpose when the yellow shirts of Al-Taawoun have the ball. Barrow. Girotto in a bit of space. Sabiri was the target. Khaled will see it out. Al-Taawoun. You know, there is a mental game to be played. You know, a lot of sport is played between the two ears, in the brain, in the mind. And that's why you'll often see late on in games that sides that have maybe got the ascendancy in the scoreline start to get deep because they're trying to protect it, whereas coaches will always scream late on, go forward, you're better off protecting high up the field to play away from your goal. But it's just a natural tendency. And that early strike, KO caught by Girotto, who's got to be careful because he is on a yellow card, Girotto. Something of a real calming influence with Fu-Ming, isn't there? He's just totally unruffled. Yeah, Girotto there. I won't say walking a fine line because the referee won't have seen that replay that we've seen. I've only seen it at full speed, but we all know what VAR and replays can do. They can make anything look 10 times worse at 10 times a slower speed. Ben Labi into the box, flicked on by KO. That's not a bad effort. It was Pereira ultimately that got the flick on the header. Left in space on the penalty spot. Not a million miles away at Tia, screaming at his defence, and quite rightly so. Ferreira found himself a nice pocket of space there. Certainly Al-Taawoun want to find that man in your picture quite a lot, which is Al-Kuwaiti. And a foul throw given against young Marcus Maloney. Not many of those shown in today's game, which is nice to see. The referee filming, watching over everything on the field of play. Barrow, little nudge in the back on Shaheen, who wants a foul, but Sani roll it out very quickly to Khaled. Show. Shaheen. Again, a little deft touch. It's a ball to nothing into the middle of the park, and it's Al-Taawoun that are given possession back rather easily. Rivas with the high hanging ball. Headed away this time by Majid. Sabiri gets the header on. Nice footwork by Rivas. Saad. An intriguing battle unfolding here in the Wolves Park Stadium. Girotto. Rosari is beaten to the wall by Ferreira. Oh, that's good carrying of the football there. Just dragged Maloney into the challenge. Madoui just brought the fullback into the challenge. And an awkward situation there for Sharjah's defence to look at. Fash takes it quickly. No chance, slightly better angle. And again, a little too much strength. And we have a player down, writhing in the middle of the pitch. Rivas is the man that's gone down. Rather impressive referee. It's Khaled that walks away whilst Rivas heads towards the turf, but he's up and running back. Cho. Majid back to Cho, and again it's Cho's ball out, which has not found its intended target. Barrow. Al-Taawoun, the grateful recipient. Girotto. Mazzari. Kuwaiti gets it inside to Sabiri. Sabiri options hasn't really given a chance here. Kuwaiti plays it in field, picks a nice pass out as well. Saad. Rivas. Madoui. Barrow. Sabiri pops up just about everywhere. Scored the goal after just 2 minutes. Mazzari. Rivas to Saad. Cube play really did take that forward nicely. Barrow, no, shooting chance, right foot. Oh, gave that everything, didn't he? Wow, he knows. As soon as that left his boot, he's thinking, I've got hold of that perfectly sweet. I think the keeper's gone across and just ushered it wide more than anything else, but my word, that was a nice strike there. Barrow from Gambia, been quite instrumental so far. Girotto, high hanging ball, get it away from this danger. Martinez with a little bit of a A lay into the back of Cho, and the free kick quite rightly given. Majid, Biro. Majid to Rashid. Maloney. Majid with a bit of time and space now. And an out from Pereira. Majid now. Khalid is an option. There's an option to space on the far side, but Shaheen joins in the attack. And a rather errant challenge by KO. There's less Rivas with again, oh my word. It's a hand to the face again. You can see the perplexion in the eyes there of KO. Undoubtedly, as we saw on the replay, there was contact with the face. Cosmin, Walarui still looking and hoping that his side just pick up. At the moment, you're looking at their midfield three. Okay, forward line trying to get into the game, but it's when they try and play possession football, for me, in their final third, that they're just becoming a little unstuck. Whether that's the press of Al-Taawoun that is meaning that they're trying to bypass the press with a longer pass and therefore getting picked off at regular intervals. Difficult to say, but that led to the goal. We're into the 39th minute of the game here. Atia knocks a long ball forward. And that's good work again. Assad who'd come across. He was taking absolutely no chances that was going, and nearly took the VAR monitor off. Just imagine if that had the word tilt on there. Kuwait beat up into the feet. Held up there by Sabiri, but dispossessed. Kayo. Out Khalid inside to Kayo. Kayo coming a long way into his side's formation to find the football at the moment. Excellent reading there. Martinez almost away. Tried a little give and push and run. Barrow's got in behind. Can he finish off here? Well, terrific work by the captain Shaheen to get away and play it away. It's all about reading the danger, that is. Barrow looked just for the moment as though he's going to be in now, although Barrow did have a little look at the evasive action required of some scissoring legs towards the football at that point. In these final 5 minutes of regulation time, coaches will be looking at their notes that they've scribbled down in the first 45. They'll be thinking about the words they need to say to instill some hope or to reinvigorate their players. Kayo with the ball across the back. Saad with the header down, but it's going to go all the way back to Atia. Nazari. Tirotto. Corner by Rivas. Barrow working incredibly hard. A long ball cut out rather easy by Maloney. Maloney to Majid. One of the little points I will just pick up on here is people making themselves available for Sharjah at the moment. There's not a lot of people making themselves available ball sort of moving to give some momentum to the attack when the ball is slightly flat, if that makes sense. Severi's won it back. Free kick will be given. As he had stood motionless, but yes, it was a foul, but there's always that worry when you stand motionless that the whistle might not come. Saad loses out. Khaled. Still down in the middle of the park, and yeah, just trying to see what part of the it's a lively challenge by Saad, but I don't think there's any malicious intent there, and I think the referee Fu Ming was quite right in the way he called things. That man in the black t-shirt there, though, Cosmin Olario, will possibly turn around and frown at me for saying such a thing, as we all look at the game slightly differently. It's a semi-final, and those faces from both sides show the enormity of the situation, and whilst the crowd are singing in the background, there's a degree of the realization of a semi-final that is finally balanced. Back in play. Maloney slips away this time. Again, you know, you want to come back on his right there. And in the end, it was Michael Wakefield that done the defensive work. Yeah, a few minutes added on, you fancy, at the end of this first 45. Severi, the goal scorer, well battled there. Right show. Mohamed Al-Abdali looks on. Several places. That's the word caretaker still alongside his name, but he's doing a fine job. Got out of with a flick. Caio couldn't keep the ball in play. Giroto, Rivas, Saad. He's done well to get over the tight pocket there, and he's nice split there has allowed Flash just to keep the ball in play. Barrow very deep at the moment. His appetite to get involved in the game has been quite something, the Gambian. Theatrical, but a foul nevertheless. Saad Al-Nassr. Chance for him again. Saad to cross in. Ultimately, good work by Rashid, spotting the danger. That's a puzzling look there from Rashid. It's almost like, come on, lads, keep yourself switched on. to the minimum of 3 now to be added on at the end of this first period. Faisal Vaj about to put a dangerous one in. Terrible time to concede, but the front post header away by Rashid is good enough. See it out to Barrow again. Barrow, Mazzari. Martinez. Behind Khalid now. Khalid still slightly the wrong side, but it ultimately times it to perfection. Put it away on the far side for a throw. Well, this would be an enormous strike, would Al-Taawoun try and get something here just before the break. Not the greatest again. Barrow gives the ball away. Biro. Real chance here of a counter attack. Just couldn't quite get the pass in the right place. Mazzari. Al-Kuwaiti. Maloney does well. Maloney's still working hard and has done very well to pick the pocket of Al-Kuwaiti. Oh, that's a terrible challenge there. Maloney's down, but I think the second challenge was a little unnecessary. Maloney gets the ball away. But it's a little bit of a dive in there by Al-Mahdoui. Fancy there's a little bit of kidology there from the number 18 for Al-Taawoun. A very, very interesting first half. Al-Taawoun settling fast with a goal after just 2 minutes there from Sabiri. Given away though, as they were trying to play it from the back by Sharjah. There was a referee once called Pierluigi Collina, who just always looked in control and always looked authoritative when it came down to it. And I'm putting Fu Ming, the referee there talking to Sabiri, the goal scorer, right in that bracket. Just has a way of all the games I've ever seen him control. Just feels as though I'm in charge, you listen to me. And it's very, very good to see. Maloney with the free kick. Kayo goes down, thought he fouled, but the referee says that's enough for the first half. And it's a first half where Al-Taawoun, thanks to a second-minute strike from Sabiri, 19 yards out into the turf and past Al-Husseini into his right-hand side of his net, separates the two sides. Al-Taawoun have looked pretty composed in the first 45. That's the only man on the yellow card, Girotto. Sharjah just look rather concerned when they're trying to play out. But at the break here at the Wolves Park Stadium, it is here in the first leg. Al-Taawoun 1, Sharjah 0 at the break. Hello and welcome back to the second half of this AFC Champions League Two first leg semi-final from the Wolves Park Stadium. The officials already out on the field of play, and the two sides making their way out as we speak. Just the one goal separating these two sides in the first half, scored in just 2 minutes by Sabiri, who latched on to a header out of the Sharjah penalty area, drilled it into the turf, and the bounce bamboozled the keeper, Al-Husseini. Interesting to see Atiyah, the man in your picture there, out very, very early, having a little bit of a warm-up drill. And only 2 Al-Taawoun substitutes were actually out on the field of play warming up, whilst there was 8 or 9 of the Sharjah substitutes warming up. And will the changes come? That is the question. That man in your picture has been in total control, and at the moment the final words are being said in the ears of the Sharjah side, and Cosmin Olaroui is having every second of the interval to try and make sure he gets his point across. Fancy is fairly straightforward for his opposite number, Mohammed Al-Abdali, who will be saying a little bit more of the same, but you're going to have to try and be a little bit more exacting and get yourself a little bit more daylight. There is a second leg coming next week at Sharjah, which will be pivotal. Will 1-0 be enough? Well, there is a man in your picture that can change things in an instant. At Al-Taawoun, a man familiar to a lot of people around the world, and also coming on as well there is Usman Kamara. 2 changes at the break, and Al-Taawoun is a person that can change a game in an instant. I was actually having a chat earlier on today with a former teammate of his at Queen's Park Rangers when he had an absolutely unbelievable season for Queen's Park Rangers, and I sort of was having a little chat, and he said he really is a match winner, and he's gone on to prove it all around his career, and he's been all over the world. AC Milan, Benfica, Genoa, Fulham, QPR, Spurs. You know, before here he was at Al Nassr, 74 appearances and 30 goals. He is a man that can change a game, and Al-Taawoun will do well to keep their eyes on him and keep the ball away from him. But his former teammate said the only reason he's playing on till his mid-30s is because his teammate, who will remain nameless, had spent years doing all his own running. Always interesting to see. But nevertheless, he is on. There's a change of perspective for both sides now. And the second half of this first leg is underway. Maloney again up against Al-Kuwaikbi. A very poor throw in now. Has given the ball away straight away. Kayo can't control. Tarap gets his first touch. Kayo on the run straight away. Keeper's out quickly. Atia. Straight away, just a simple pass there by Tarap. Gave Kayo the first glimpse of anything meaningful that he's seen in the whole game. Biro. Kayo. Khaled. Always going to be dangerous putting the ball in, because most of the forwards that was to be in the box were in the build-up. Atia really out smartly there. Atmosphere just a little more of a murmur inside the stadium, which can be excused because it's a semi-final, and both of these sides with a prospect of getting to a final and having a chance of lifting a bit of Asian silverware. Great break on the far side by Maloney. Mazzari's with him all the way, and in the end Mazzari stuck to his guns well. Maloney with a throw now. Little change of perspective. Both the two substitutes made their were in the starting lineup for the second leg of the quarterfinals. Maloney into Kayo. Kayo gets a little bit on it, decently away by Al-Taawoun. Sabiri. Referee plays the advantage. I'm not sure there was a great deal in that, but Al-Hassani feeds it forward. Najed to Rashid. The mindsets are interesting now. Early on in the second period, and just see this forward go south with a head up. Viro can't keep it in play. The coach's mindsets, it's a very, very awkward situation for both of these coaches, I think, now. We'll start with the away coach, Cosmin Alario. He is, you know, 1-0 isn't beyond the realms of being a decent away performance in the semi-final. Does he set his side up to remain defensively solid, and you know, and if they can pinch one, all well and good, and if they lose by a goal to nil, it'll be, you know, a half decent away performance. But does he let them go out and play expansive football? Biro on the attack here. Chance for Khalid. Lovely little layoff. Tarat makes himself some space and causes problems, and in the end it just wouldn't sit down inside the penalty area for Biro. And it's not just me that's seeing this, you're watching this too, but already that situation where Adel Tarat has found a little pockets of space already and could cause problems. So that was the proposition for the away side, for the home side. Their coach, Mohamed Al Abdali. He would dearly love his side to be in front going into the second leg, but the size of that lead is going to be predominantly in the front of his mind at the moment. He'll take a 1-0, of course he'll take a 1-0. You'd be foolish not to take a 1-0 right at this point. But you know, he wants 2, he wants 3. But he also knows that all of a sudden the changes from Sharjah mean that they can't afford to go swashbuckling forward to try and extend that lead. So be interesting again. Talat with a bit of space, and again a lovely ball forward. Chance here for Kamara. Got into the area and a penalty given. Usman Kamara upended. Rivas, Mazzari, Girotto all looking. Fuming just calmly says, it's a penalty, off you go. You can chat to me all you like, but please don't waste your breath. Again, it's Tarat. Girotto 3 yards off him. Kamara goes across him. That's clumsy. I'm having a little look at this again. This Mazzari that's come in there just catches the ankle. I just wonder if VAR here, which is being looked at by Shen Yin Hao, will be just having a little look here. Fuming was pretty solidly behind the penalty call. And he's been asked to look at the monitor. And this is where, whatever the decision that comes out of this next 30 seconds, VAR will get the right result, because I think it's fairly evident that there's not a great deal of contact here. But having said that, Usman Kamara goes across Girotto. Almost, the more I look at it, the more I seem to think he's reading that there's going to be contact at some point, and starts to head down. It's trying to look at his... It just catches his toe there. As he tries to put his right leg down, he almost catches the foot of Mazzari, which then puts him to the floor. This could go, it really could go either way. Fu Ming has had a look, took the words of Shen Yinhao. And the penalty has been rescinded. And I can feel for Kamara, because for him, he's just running into the box. And if it is just the once you're a player with the ball at the feet, you are balanced. Okay, you are balanced. Takes evasive action from Giroto, and that's the point. Mazzare's leg goes across, not to obviously impede the attacker, Kamara, but their feet touch. Kamara's got no control at that point of his body because he's balanced other than to go down. So he's going to feel a little bit hard done by. But I think the right decision has been made. I'm not being controversial. I'm just saying it. That would I really wouldn't want to be sat in a little room a million miles away from that, looking on the screen and trying to work out exactly where it goes. It could really have gone either way. Camera back on the football. What I did like was the process that Fu Ming, who gave the penalty, was quite happy to be spoken to and asked to look again. There's the man in the middle wearing the red shirt and the black shorts will literally have no more than a fleeting glance at that as it happens. He could play a massive part at Al-Taawoun. Lifted forward this time by Giroto. Really impressed with his work rate. Here's that to Maloney. Back and Cho, who maybe this time a little bit more concise with a lump forward. Crossfield ball by Kayo, trying to find Biddo, but Biddo can't keep it in play. It's a different dynamic without a doubt for Sharjah in this second half so far. Faj. So played by Al Madoui. Sit back. Just process it to Faisal Faj. Al Madoui. Rivas. Faj nicely played into the feet. On the far side, Kuwait beat. Helped out by Mazzari, who will feel relieved. Almost that little incident there where the penalty was given and rescinded by VAR. It's just been a little bit like a pinprick or a little jab to the ribcage of Al-Taawoun, just to say work has to be done. We have a player down on the far side, which is off the ball as well, which is not the best thing in the world to see. Mazzari appears to have gone down. You can see exactly where he's holding, just to the lower back above his gluteus maximus. Have a look at this replay like you are to see if there's any contact here. It's twisting and turning really well, but maybe that was one twist too many. Al-Taawoun fans creating an atmosphere. Some people say, why are we not seeing the action? Why are we seeing the crowds? Because I think the emotion that comes from the crowds, absolutely 100%. A mixture of the hardcore support and trying to drive their own side on, and the concern and the anticipation and the worry that's etched over many faces as well. Zali appears to be okay on the touchline on the far side. Martinez's ball inside wasn't great, so that retains possession. It's a nice ball as well. Khalid. Kayo's the man that's seen Kamara run in behind. That's a pretty hefty shoulder charge there. Kamara must be wondering what he's got to do. Rivas. You know, he's coming in at a fair bit of pace, shoulder to shoulder. I think it looks more ominous because Usman Kamara was just unaware that there was a man on his shoulder and wasn't anticipating the challenge, hence the body moving away and towards the ground a lot easier. I think that's just a change in the way the game is going. Those two changes at the break just sharpened Sharjah, for want of a bit of alliteration. Short, Meloni, in it goes. Here with a strong punch away. Diagonal, beaten to the wall this time. Faisal Fash trying to get the crowd on their feet. Just felt it was a little quiet. I know that man with a black t-shirt down there, Kosmin Balarui, will be thinking to himself, not getting the rub of the green. He certainly added a technical area, as was some of his staff, regarding that shoulder barge on Usman Kamara. And having had a penalty given and then rescinded by VAR, will be feeling as though the rub of the green is not going his side's way. Lovely layoff this time. Chest this time by Kayo, but picked off very quickly. Saad. Faj looking for the crossfield ball, finds it pretty implicitly. Lovely touch brought down by Kuwaitbi. Al-Kuwaitbi plays the ball in. Strong solid header away by Shaheen. Saad. Oh, a little bit of awkward here for Al-Maroui, but gets the free kick, and Guillaume Biro dumps the ground in disappointment there. So it was canny play there by Al-Maroui. Just saw the challenge coming in as soon as he felt that contact. Through the foul from Guillaume Biro. Well, we got just under half an hour of regulation play in this semi-final first leg here. And even more so as the sand slipped through the timer on this semi-final. The perspectives of the game will change for both sides. Majed, Meloni, Rashid is an option. Shaheen, Khaled's got on a run. He'll try and pick him out here. Yeah, it's hit him on the hands, and Khaled Ibrahim could do very little about that. You know, in slow motion it looks like a handball every day of the week, and yes, it did hit the hand, so there's no denying that, but I think the actual time from the boot to the arm is pretty hard to get your arm out of the way, if I can be totally honest with you. But such which is the I'll tell you a strange story. I was playing football once and flicked a ball between two players, hit the arm of the player, and I showed a handball to the referee, and the referee said unintentional. I said, what's he got to do? Tell you he's going to do it then, and I got booked. So there we are. It's not worth talking to the referees, is it, really? Kayo in Kamara. Challenge coming in. Nice pinch there by Faj. He's found the boots of Martinez, he has, but that is a terrible ball by Martinez. Les Guilherme coming forward. Well, he's had to pull the trigger, and to a degree, there's very little he could do. He's gone forward. There's not a lot of hard graft going in to make things happen in front of him. His manager will say, what are you doing? But very little to the left and the right, other than a pop on target. Tia's ball out, just clears ahead. Barrow won't get there. Khalid throws the ball forward. Good work by Saad. Sabiri. Pass out this time, looking for Al-Taawoun, but just evades him on the far side. Wasn't get out ball in the first half. Al-Taawoun. Majed. Shaheen. Rashid. Cho. Meloni. Kamara. Trapped. Again, Martinez has a chance to come forward. Starting to get the feeling here as we approach the end of the 65th minute that for Al-Taawoun, they'll be quite happy to take a 1-0 advantage. They're not willing to chance their arm for a little bit more daylight between themselves and their visitors. Of course, they'll take a chance if one manufactures, but they're not going to be over-expansive and commit too many players forward looking for it. A little bit of a dangerous game to play because, as we all know, any set piece into the penalty area is dangerous. That was a bit of a late one there. Faisal Farashan. Well, I think you can look innocent, Majid, but you see the point there, doesn't? Yeah. It's around the side and from the back. I didn't know if there was too much contact, but ultimately there was a slightly needless challenge there from Majed. Well, they're looking at some substitutes getting ready for Al-Taawoun, and this will be relatively pivotal to see what the mindset will be for the home side. Will they take an attack-minded player off and fill some holes up, which will be noted as Atia plays the ball forward. Rashid with the head up. So that was a strong challenge. Fair though. Now a chance for Tarat. Nice feet. Kayo, first touch. Just let the ball get away from him. Biro. Into the feet. Lovely chance for Khalid. Oh, he just couldn't get his foot around it. Just looking at that chance here. From the youngsters watching the game here, this is the beauty of 2 feet. 1 foot, and then tries to curl it with the outside of the right boot. I'm not saying it's not effective and cannot be done. And that really is a left foot instep, bottom corner of Atia's net away to his right-hand side. And the fine one to talk, but my swing up, which was my right foot, only came into play, but it did come into play in the 18-yard box. If I had a chance for a goal, a little bit of a net bellowing, I would use it. Biro driving forward now. Lovely chance here. What a challenge that is on Taarabt. That is a superb challenge. Just thought that Al-Taawoun was about to get there, and it was a superb challenge by Mazzari, and it actually plays it against Taarabt. But the change at the break by Sharjah has actually just changed the threat carried by the visitors. Again, the gameplay, the game plans, the panning out of the final few 22 minutes or so of the regulation minutes. It just has a little bit of a reflection, and it makes the concern a little more. A couple of substitutes being lined up. Suriname player Tyrone Conrad has been stripped off, ready to come on for Sharjah. We also see that Abdullah, chance again for the shot going in. Biro gets it blocked. It is a bit of a rearguard action at the moment by Al-Taawoun. Milani headed away this time on the near side by Saad. Good work again. But it's more defensive minded coming from the home side Al-Taawoun. If you've ever wondered how commentators feel about the general concept of play, I can tell you it's about the way you sit in your seat in the commentary box. Because if you're looking away to your right, as I am in this second half, it means that the visitors are driving the home side back. And the first change for Al-Taawoun, Martinez is replaced by Fatah. And Whiteby is coming off as well to be replaced. Well, they want some more legs to stretch up front. Coming on this time, Sultan Mandash. Final 20 minutes, and we're into it now. And as much the mind games for the coaches. Further change to be made. A few boos going up here as well. Guillaume Biro making his way for Conrad. And Rashid is being replaced as well by Mohamed Abdul Basit. Good ball forward and break on straight away, straight into the play here. Can he finish it? Oh, he's hit the post. Straight onto the field of play, and Fatah hits the inside of the post, and that really was the daylight. That was the moment. That was the gift for Al-Taawoun. How much will the inside of the right post of the keeper Al-Husseini goal play a part now in this semi-final. 2 inches one way, and it's 2-0. Sharjah will look at that moment. He's still wondering how it happened. Great ball through. Line just held. Brings it in, just checks, sits his man down. Oh, it's a real thumping on the post as well. Look at this, it's a lovely bit of skill there. Keeper well beaten. Woodwork to the rescue. Sharjah will now look the other way. Conrad tries to bring the ball down, but ends up just getting a little bit of a cushioning from behind, and it comes off his body there. Rivas is the man that just keeping close eye on things. Saad with the throw. Aldous Basit. Shirotto. And you can see the consternation there. Pushmin. Olaruya. Not happy with that head up. Just trying to get them to calm down a touch. Faj. Sabiri. Barrow. Saad. Under a lot of pressure here, and has given the ball away. Thought it was a throw in down below. Tarap breaks forward. Trying to get Kayo in behind. Camera can't get the ball. Well, it's all getting a little bit lively now. Suddenly, it almost appears as though the seriousness of the semi-final has taken over. Khalid. Right off by Kamara. Khalid with a cross. Parried away. Not a white shirt converging on it. Well, Sabir is still down holding his face, but been down a while. Just Khalid with the cross. Keeper really parried this away. You can see the graphics there, checking for a possible red card here. Just the sensitivity of the whole game was captured in that little smattering of football. Got a little ragged, got a little bit desperate, and suddenly you saw the worth of the semi-final and what a goal could do. Camera, Khalid, deep cross, and again a little push in the back there. Conrad not too impressed there. Kayo, the man that's gone up and done the push, always looks to the emotive fan as though, what did you do that for? What did you kill the momentum for? But it's out of sheer desperation to do well that those little pushes come. That's it. Good header away. Abdul Basit. Kayo, Tarat gives the ball away. Rajit, Khalid. Diagonal ball. It's not a bad looking ball either. But in the end, Kayo's gone from. Oh, we got a few little off the balls there. Once the ball breaks away the opposite end. Excellent work again here. Fatah's the man to aim for. Wow. Mandash there has given it no delicacy whatsoever. He's put his laces through the crosswind and got away from his man Maloney. He's just got to pick his spot. He's fisted aerially, and I'm watching it a second time. The concern. Referee Fumang being asked to have a chat with what I could see off the ball. It is all just sort of ramping up into a little bit of a niggly situation now. Khaled with a throw. Saad with a header. Rivas back to Atia. Atia with the clearance, and yet you and I don't need to say anything more. That may be an impassive looking face from Mohamed Al-Abdali, but he will be concerned at the moment of the way that this game management from his side is going. Faisal Faj is just doing his utmost here, just to break it up. And Majid in danger of getting the card for delaying the restart. Just 10 minutes to go. All the stats are saying what a close match this has been. The scoreline also says what a close match it is. A goal after just 2 minutes by Sabiri. As the cross went into the Sharjah penalty area, the header went out to the edge of the box. He, from 19 yards, thumped it into the turf, and it bounced goal. Well, it was always going goalwards. And it ends up being a really nice bounce to evade the grasp of Al Hassani for 1-0, and that's how it stayed so far. Majid looking for Conrad. Big header away there by Girotto. Faisal Faj trying to get it in behind. Mandash trying to run on. Cho does the defensive work. Meloni to Cho. Cho had a first half from playing football out from his defence to forget, but he's managed to pick a white shirt this time. It is Muteb that is about to come on. And it's the goal scorer, Sabiri, that's going to make way. Little replay of the goal, crossing, headed out, not brilliantly. Look at this, into the turf, and the bounce, to use a word of the producer, bamboozling Al Hassani in goal. Muteb comes on. Into the final 10. Al-Taawoun now will be definitely in a situation where they would like to have this lead going into the second leg. Great work there by Kayo. Chance here for Majid to put it back in with a bit of purpose. Kayo. Excellent defensive work there by Mazzari. Al-Taawoun taking a chance here, trying to play the ball out. Well, She's trying to whip a little bit of support. He must feel that there's a little bit of apprehension coming down off of the terraces from the home fans. That man in your picture, Cosmin Alaroui, well, he'll be more than happy, I think, going away with just a one-goal deficit and a home leg to come. Obviously, he'd love a draw, and a victory would be absolutely priceless. But as it stands, there was a spell in the first 20 minutes of this game where Sharjah were very tentative in their back line. And Al-Taawoun looked as though they could command and pick up possibly a 2 or 3 goal lead. But it didn't happen. Both sides will be interesting, I think, in retaining the status quo at best. Certainly not happy with that decision on the far side. But they are so evenly matched, these two, going into the second semi-final. There is a real concern that 2-0 may be an unassailable lead. Barrow, quieter in the second half, loses control. Both keeper, I'd have to say, have had very little to do in the game. Shoots his body well, and we'll get the resultant throw. And Milan is not too impressed with that decision on the far side of the pitch. Time evading the clutches once again as it dwindles away. Nicely played here, Barrow. It's in the right third of the field if you're an Al-Taawoun fan. Have they the bravery, though, to put plenty of bodies in the box? Fatah, the only man there, chests it down beautifully. And not the finest to finish there by Saad. Somewhat couldn't wait for the ball to get right down to the bottom. When you're volleying the ball, you want the ball pretty much at the bottom of the bounce. Just came a little early to him. Shaheen with the long ball forward. Kaya with the ushering of Mazzari under the ball. That's been penalised for that. We'll work out the glance here. I can understand Kayo looking and thinking, my word. Well, change has been made very quickly there, and it's Majed that's gone off to be replaced in the middle of the park. I think it was Jasimic that's just come on. Rear guard action you fancy now for Al-Taawoun. They don't want to be given cheap free kicks in and around their penalty area. Mazzari does well. Darko Jasimic is the man that came on. Al-Taawoun making a little bit of heavy weather, trying to find their way out of their final third at the moment. As I say, the last time these two met, back in 2020 in the AFC Champions League, Al-Taawoun lost 6-0 here to Sharjah and won 1-0 away. Really, such as a divide. I don't think it'll be that this second time around. Two sides who have not picked up any Asian silverware will be looking to try and get their hands on a bit of silverware. I don't think Sharjah have really looked completely at home in the game themselves. Mazari there suffering from a bit of cramp. And our referee Fuming will be quite rightly stopping the clock, and he'll also ask Mazari, I think, to just take half a step back off the field of play as players come forward now. Khaled Ibrahim saying he was off the field of play and he's come back on and delaying the play. Just taking seconds out of the game, trying to kill any impetus that Sharjah are having. Cosmin Olariu, he'll definitely be thinking, I don't know exactly what's going on, but it's nothing that we possibly might do ourselves if we're in this position, winning the tie in the second leg. Part and parcel of the game, I'm afraid. But it's a slender lead that Al-Taawoun have, not just in this leg, but the overall tie. And the stats will bear out that there is very little between these two sides after this first 90+ minutes. We're in the 90th minute now, and the second leg will be almost a one-leg shootout, you believe, with a handicap system of a goal in favour of Al-Taawoun. Not the lead they would like to have taken into the second leg should it stay this way. And in fairness, Fatah thumped the inside of the post, and that could have been two. At the moment, Sharjah trying to find something here. Tarap with a shot. Ricochet didn't favour Sharjah. High hanging ball. Faisal with the thigh, but again picked off, and Khaled will try and put this in. He's got time and space to go in. It's a deep one. Kayo was the target. And Saad with the header away. You can see that we have a minimum of 7 to be added on. No disputing that there are 7. Kayo the target. Trouble in the box. Mazari and Saad get the ball away, but not far enough. Well, the shot this time flashed in by Darko Najazmic. Always on the rise, though. Lessons to be learnt today. Fahad about to come on. Looking at it from a commentary perspective, I think that Al-Taawoun has got to be, I don't think they could get a lot of chances in the second leg, so they are going to have to be very, very clinical. Their strike rate, the chances created and goals scored in the second leg is going to be pretty high, I think. Whereas Sharjah, they've got to be a wee bit more creative, for want of a better phrase. They've had some big players out on the pitch today, certainly in the second half, and it has made a noticeable difference in the second half performance from Sharjah, but without seriously questioning a tier in goal for Al-Taawoun. But as the process of taking all the teams and getting down to 2 in the final shakes itself down, you'd anticipate the 2 semi-finalists were going to be equally matched, and they are indeed. In the run from midfield, Tharabt is the target. Girotto, anywhere will do to a degree. Basit, and even the crowd managing to get involved in the play. Tharabt, Kayo, there's been a flick on the far side that I couldn't see, that was detectable to the commentator's eye. Atia organises his troops. There have been many set pieces he's had to deal with here. Milani, 95 on the clock. Well, very good header at the front post. A lot of power on it, but Tharabt got across his man well, but couldn't keep the ball down. Always on the rise over the crossbar. One thing I will say, if you're a Sharjah fan, is I think that Adel Tharabt starts in the home leg. He's not made a massive difference in the second half, but he's made a noticeable difference, and you fancy that he's going to try. He needs to be out there to try and create those chances that Sharjah may need to try and get in front in the second leg. South can't keep the ball in play. Asking it more into his feet. Milani, down the line it goes. The opposite side for Al-Taawoun is the fact that they've pretty much kept Sharjah at arm's length in this game altogether. Can they do it again in the second leg and take a chance when it presents it? That is how close this tie is matched. Shaheen, the Jasmic, bit of space on this near side. Nicely played into the feet. Kayo was the man. They tried to work an opening. Darko and Jasmic. It's a loose ball. Any momentum in that. Tharabt has kept it alive. And that's a rather silly challenge on the far side by Fahad, who's going to get the second yellow card of the game. Silly challenge and a cheap card. You can see from that he's never getting there. And then realising his error, knocks the ball away, and this gives a chance for Sharjah to put it in again. Kayo tries to get away. Can he put it back? Wow, it's hit right in the midriff there. Could be that the ball's gone out of play. I can't see from this distance. But Girotto. Yeah, the flag's up for offside. It's quite clearly there that Kayo's stolen a march on everybody. But Girotto has got that right beneath the sternum in the solar plexus area. Well, we're into time added on, at the end of time added on here. In a game that has been well marshalled by the officials. And a game that, if you're asking me now as it goes into the second leg who's the favourites, I would say I have not got a clue. Fatah, Barrow. Is there a sting in the tail? Saad, Rivas, Faisal Faj has been instrumental in the middle of the park for Al-Taawoun. Shaheen, trapped, knocked off the ball. It really is going to be a very close affair, I think, next week in the second leg. Both sides well and truly in this semi-final. Khalid plays the ball forward. Knocks away as we approach the 99th, enter the 99th minute here. Inside they come again, ball into the box, strong header away. Barrow tries to keep it, referee Fu Ming says that is enough. And a goal after 2 minutes by Sabiri. When the cross came into the box and was headed out, he drove it into the turf and past Al Hassani for 1-0. Set Al-Taawoun on their way to this victory. Changes at the break. Tarat come on for Sharjah. But all the stats point to this game being incredibly close. It is 90+ minutes here. Just the one goal that separated, a little bit of VAR. Could have been a penalty when camera went down. VAR rescinded Fu Ming's original decision. Fatah had the chance to make it 2 for Al-Taawoun, but he thumped it against the post. But these two sides will battle it out next week. And this tie, albeit separated by the scoreline of 1-0 now, is so finely balanced. It's a really interesting tie, well marshalled by Fu Ming and his officials. And as they walk off towards the changing rooms now, here in this AFC Champions League 2 first leg semi-final, first leg from the Wolves Park Stadium, Al-Taawoun 1, Sharjah 0.
I think we get the goal very early, but we try to come back in the game. But we have to focus for the next game. Inshallah, at home we're going to do our job.
How do you feel about the situation now?